This part two because part one got cut off. My phone was moving mad. So anyway, I think the last thing I said was about like men saying, "Oh, but what happened to women supporting women?" and like basically trying to like gaslight us a little bit to into like feeling some type of way about the fact that we're not out here supporting every single woman in the planet. Um, but in all honesty, like I just think it's none of your business. You lot need to go and deal with yourselves and stuff you need to be self whatever stuff you need to be self-aware about, because there's a lot of stuff that you need to be self-aware about. I even saw a video the other day that said tell your male friend that you know a spot and then drive him to therapy. I literally was laughing. I thought that is brilliant. That is fucking brilliant, because a lot of you actually need it and you're not talking about that. So don't come on anybody's videos talking about, oh, what happened to women supporting women. What happened to you loving yourself? What happened to you being self-aware? What happened to you not treating women badly or treating the women in your life badly, all because of the wounds that you have from your childhood about your mother? Focus on that. Do you know what I mean? And I mean that in the most kindest way. I'm not trying to be rude. Maybe it's coming across rude because of my voice and my accent or whatever, but genuinely mind your business. Like, I don't know how else to really put it, because there's a lot of business that you need to mind. That's it. Um, but yeah, like it's just really detrimental to a lot of women for to hear men say certain things like that, and then to also on top of that hear other women saying, yeah, but this person was your friend for this many years. Why can't you just forgive them? Or why can't you guys just find a way to move past it? Or, oh, but that's your. And it's not even just friends that move mad like this. Family do it as well. Like, don't get it twisted. When I say it's the people closest to you, that includes your family sometimes. Sometimes they do stuff that you wouldn't even think that they would be capable of doing or saying to you, and it's only in those moments then you realize, oh shit, this person never supported me, this person was never my friend. They're actually happier to see me when I didn't love myself. Like, they don't like the fact that I'm feeling myself. They don't like the fact that I'm doing well, or maybe in their mind better than them, whatever the situation might have been. Excuse me. So, it's just really important to not just flippantly say things just because you want to say them. Understand the consequences of what you're saying, and understand the fact that all women don't have to support all women. It's okay. The world is still going to turn, bills are still going to get paid, money is still going to be made, love is still going to be loved and created. Like, there's nothing to worry about on this side of the fence. If women have chosen to not support certain women or to not befriend certain women anymore, there's a good reason for it. Um, and that's on that. Yes, I've had personal experiences. I've actually had multiple experiences. So I guess I could say that my opinion on this is a bit swayed or biased. Um, but it's because I've actually learned from my own experience that not all women are down for you like they might say they are. And I have a story actually that I can say. I won't go into it too much, but I'll just tell you the one of many stories of women that have been close to me and what they've done. Literally, none of these women are people that I choose to confide in anymore. Some of these women are in my family, and obviously, you can't. Your family is your family. You can't choose your family. So the most that you do is just go no contact. So, um, maybe that's why my opinion is um, so on the side of those women who have also experienced similar things or even worse. Um, because it's not funny. Like, we can laugh, we can joke about the fact that City girls are down, or City girls are down 1-0, or whatever comments that people like to make as jokes. But it's not really that funny at the end of the day. Like, there are women who are walking away from these situations at a subconscious level, feeling like they are never going to be able to trust another woman ever again, and that is really painful. That is really that is a deep trauma. And yes, we can always say, yeah, but what another girl does has nothing to do with another girl. But you also have to remember, if you're spiritually inclined, you also know that whatever you think on a subconscious level is something that's going to keep coming out and reflecting back at you. Now, let's say, for instance, I have this belief that men are trash, right? Which a lot of women do, by the way. I don't, but I'm just saying, if I had this belief, that means most men that come towards me or that I meet in life, whatever they do is gonna affirm that belief. So as a woman, if you feel like you've been traumatized by so many women, yeah, to the point where you don't wanna have anything to do with women, because that means you know at a subconscious level, whichever woman comes towards you is just going to affirm that belief about women being toxic or being bad man towards you. So it's like a never ending cycle, and until you cleanse that energy, you're always gonna meet shitty women. So let's not um, let's not berate women for not wanting to support all women, because like I said, there's always a good reason for that. And it's a very much, I also believe it's a generational trauma type of deal as well. Like, what time are we on? 6. Okay, so yeah, I also believe that it's a generational trauma type of deal where, you know, there's a lot of jealousy or enviousness in mothers, aunties, stuff like that, just because they are seeing their offspring or our generation or younger being given the freedom of choice of where they want to work, what they want to do, being able to stand up for themselves and say no, being able to literally um, pivot throughout society and create a better change, a better. They're being able to look at their mental health and be a bit more self-aware, a bit more um, in tune with wanting to heal themselves so that they can have kids who are in a much better place with their healing, and they're not taking on so much of the generational trauma that our parents or aunties or grand whoever's gave us. So that I think there's a level of spite, jealousness, enviousness and stuff like that. They weren't always taught how to protect themselves, and so they were literally run into the ground by a lot of their parents and aunties and uncles and whatever. And so I think there's just a whole upheaval of trauma that needs to be addressed that a lot of women are not looking at. And I think on top of that, it's just like, if we are going to heal each other, we just need to be more self-aware as a whole, like as a whole collective. So instead of men inserting themselves into women's problems, how about you go and heal yourself? Instead of women trying to befriend other women that clearly make them feel insecure in whatever way, how about you move away from that woman and learn why you're triggered by her, learn why she makes you feel frustrated, why does she make you feel jealous, why does she make you feel envious, why is it that you want her man, why is it that you want to be an energy vampire? Why is it that you have certain narcissistic traits? Now, you know, as a collective, we all have a little bit of narcissism. We're all on that spectrum. But I think some women take the cake. Like, they literally are not, they're so unaware of themselves that they just are playing out all their traumas and pushing it onto other people, causing other people to not even trust an entire gender. Like, it's mad. It's mad. Um, so I think there's a lot of self-awareness that needs to be done. There's a lot of healing that needs to be done. There's a lot of heartbreak that needs to be healed. And the best way to do that is to stop trying to destroy other people's lives through lies, through manipulation, through humiliation or embarrassment or isolation or God knows what, gaslighting, like just the destructive tendencies that certain women have is not good for other women. And I will never support a woman who thrives in other people's demise. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. So personally, I'm not all about supporting all women, and I never will be. Now, if we are on the same likeness or mind space or spiritual perspective, then 100% I'm more likely to support you than I am to avoid you or to like completely dismiss you and not think about you. Um, and then obviously, like, and another type of woman is also the ones who are like, they act like they're spiritually inclined, but they're not, because every word that comes out their mouth is criticizing somebody else and making it seem like they are the ones who are above the others in their life or whatever. Like, what does that say? Oh, okay. But yeah, like those type of women, they need more help. Like, and I think everybody, it doesn't take much out of anyone to be more self-aware. It's something that we all need to do, and the more we can all do it, the more we can actually address certain triggers that we have, certain behavioral patterns that we exhibit, and stuff like that. So yeah, and I just remembered earlier I said that I would tell you guys a bit of a story, so I'm gonna do that very quickly. It's not gonna be too long. I'm just gonna make it very quick. One of the many reasons, one of the many experiences that I've had with bad mind, unhealed, toxic women, right? Um, and this is just one reason why I don't support the phrase "all women should support women." Sorry, women should support women. So I was friends with this girl. Me and her were friends for years throughout secondary school up until college. We actually fell out when I was in my second or third year. Cause yeah, when I was in my second year of college, we fell out, or I just cut her off completely. We didn't really fall out. I just cut her off, and that's because um, at some point she introduced me to some of her male friends. I liked one of them, and she was like she basically was like my wingman and all that kind of stuff. I'm sure you probably all know where this is going, but anyway, I'm gonna say it anyway. So yeah, she was being my wingman. She was like, yeah, I'll give him your number, you guys can link up and all that stuff. And I remember saying to her at the time, I don't want the first link up to be just me and him. I kind of want you to be there as like a buffer, because obviously you already know him, so it will just be more of a vibe if you're already there. So everything's just a little bit more comfortable for the both of us. She's like, cool, no problem, I'll be there. And I remember that day that we decided we were going to meet up, the three of us. I was having to go to my auntie's house that day with my family before, and we planned to meet up at the park maybe around 6 in the evening. So I said to her, okay, I'm just going to do this stuff with my family first, then in the evening I'll come and meet you guys. So we used to do this thing, because it wasn't just me and her that were friends. We actually had a bigger friendship group, and we were all in a group chat, and we all used to hang out with each other on like individual or group basis and stuff like that every now and again. So at some point, she now messages in our group chat that same day that we were gonna meet in the park. She's like, "Oh guys, I have to tell you the chronicles of me as a hoe, like being a hoe." So I'm like, "Okay, cool. What is she gonna say?" She literally opened her mouth on voice message on the group chat to say that the same guy that I was gonna go and meet her with, they literally like had sex and did all types of stuff in the park, in that same park. I hadn't even left. I was literally on my way. I was on my way home to then go and meet them, and she said that in the message. I literally was like, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say. If anybody, like, if anyone knows me, like, you'll know I'm not hungry like that. I'm not hungry for a man like that. So I was so shocked when she told me this. I was literally like, you really, you're really a bitch. Like, you're an actual bitch. Anyway, I don't want to go into any more of that. Basically, long story short, she was cut the fuck off. Um, and I think she was just completely jealous of me for many reasons that I'm just not going to go into. But anyway, that's the end of this video. I don't support all women supporting all women. If you choose to not support women, I totally understand. Everybody needs to do the inner work. Everybody needs to love and respect themselves more. That way we're not out here just lying to people or trying to manipulate people into destroying their own shit or whatever out of weird envy or jealousy or God knows what. Anyway, that's part 2, and peace.